Okay, the next step is that you are going to start resizing, rescaling, and arranging your objects on the page. So the first thing that you want to do if your page is too small or out of place is go to Control 0. So that means that it's going to fit the page into your screen. And then you can also do Control plus to enlarge it. There's a few different ways to get to that point. So after you have done that, I'm going to talk to you about the selection tools. Now, and with all the shortcuts that I'm telling you, if you're using a Mac computer, then instead of the Control key, you hit the Command key instead. Now, there's a difference between the selection tool, which is the top left of your tool palette, and the direct selection tool. So if I click on my grouped object with the selection tool, that's selecting the entire object. But if I use the direct selection tool, that is selecting every node that's in that part of the shape. So I can select elements of an object. So that's really good for if I'm trying to clean something up. For example, I can see a little dot in here, and if I select my selection tool, I can't get rid of it. But if I use a direct selection tool, I can just select that little shape and I can delete it. Hit the delete key twice, not once, and that will delete that whole selection there. Control 0 to get back to my page. There's another bit over here. I'm going to leave it for now. Now, some of you may have some shapes and they're close together, and it's really hard to just use the selection tool when you're grouping or when you're trying to select something. So another option can be to use the lasso tool, and then that you can take around into tighter spaces to select something. Okay, now there's different ways that we can copy and paste. So with the selection tool, we select the image, Control C, Control V, or if you've got a Mac, it's Command C and Command V. So now I have my circle repeated, and I can hold down my Shift key and enlarge or reduce it. And I can do Control C, Control V, just like in Word, copy and paste. And so I'm just going to move them around my page. I'll show you how to do this one. So the same, Control C, Control V. And then again, you can enlarge or reduce it and move it around the page. Okay, so that is that. So then you're going to spend some time to have some sort of organized chaos. Now, if you're doing pattern and repetition, you can also take it a step further and you can select the shape that you want to duplicate and start dragging, then hold down the Alt key and you'll see two arrows there. And if you want it to go along the same axis, if you're creating a pattern, hold down the Shift key and that will drag it along the same horizontal axis or the same vertical axis or the same 45-degree angle axis. So you also have that option as well. Okay.